just got the first copy of my book.
Prior to entry, and be hosted by Legal Immigration Services.
Guys, how are you? It's Brett Miller here from Legal.
Fantastic service, fantastic.
Always recommend me.
Hey guys, today I'm going to do a really special video and I'm going to talk about studying in Canada, but specifically addressed to my American friends. Why am I doing this? Because I'm getting more and more Americans that are contacting us who want to come to Canada and study. All right, so we're going to talk about study permits and I'm going to really slant this towards my American friends who want to come to Canada. So if you're in another country and you wish to study in Canada, you can get a study permit as well. We have some more general videos on stuff, but the information in here is applicable to you, but I also wanted to make this special because there's a lot of different inquiries that we get and there's a lot of different rules for Americans who wish to study here that are only applicable to them. Okay, so let's start off. What is a study permit? I know it's really basic. A study permit is a document that allows international students to study in Canada for the length of their program. So in order to study in Canada, you gotta satisfy a few things. You're gonna need to be enrolled in a DLI or a designated learning institution, right? Basically a school that is allowed to bring international students. You gotta prove that you have enough money, right, to be able to support yourself initially and also for your studies. You gotta show that you're medically and criminally inadmissible, and you gotta prove to an officer that you have good intention or reason to leave Canada when your study permit expires. Okay, pretty basic stuff, right? Benefits for Americans applying for study permits. Here's the thing. US citizens don't require a visitor visa or an ETA to enter Canada. US citizens and permanent residents can apply at the port of entry. This is huge, guys, huge, because in my world, if I can avoid, the path of, if I can take the path of least resistance, I'm gonna take it. Going to a port of entry and having an application that's together and getting the right officer will just facilitate this like nobody's business, okay? If you have to go through a visa post, can get a little challenging. But before applying at the border, I wanna tell you a few things. First, you gotta ensure you meet all the eligibility requirements. If you need to get a medical exam for your course, i.e. if you're working in hospitality, if you're working in healthcare, if you're working with kids, you're gonna require a medical exam, okay? You're gonna make sure that you have all your documents together, i.e. your proof of acceptance, i.e. a letter of acceptance from a DLI, your proof of identity, valid passport or travel document, proof of financial support, etc., etc. Now, when you're applying at the border, you need to let the officer know that you're applying for a study permit, okay? So what happens is, let's say you're applying at a land border. You're gonna drive up, you're gonna say, whoa, hi, how are you? Welcome to Canada, what are you doing here today? Well, I'm coming and I'm applying for a study permit. They'll ask you a few questions, where are you from, blah, 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 what's your citizenship? Do you have any booze or cigarettes or anything like that? Those are the customs questions. And then they're gonna tell you to go over there and park. And with the different COVID things, they might keep you in your car, or they're gonna tell you to go into the office, okay? That's secondary inspection, okay? So you've done the primary and now you're gonna go into secondary. This is where you're gonna present your package. It's gonna go to an officer, usually behind a big counter or a small counter in some border crossings, and they're gonna go through your package and then they can actually give you your study permit right then and there. The officer's gonna check the passports and the other travel documents. They're gonna check that you meet the eligibility. They're gonna see the valid medical or if that's required. And then you're gonna need some other documents for your study permit. You're gonna need the 1294, the IMM 1294. You're gonna need a valid passport or travel document. You're gonna need your letter of introduction or acceptance from the school. And then other documents that you're gonna need for your study permit, which we've already discussed a little bit, is the proof of financial support, things like that. All right, so why study in Canada? Why, right? Why is this a benefit for Americans who want to study in Canada? First off, international tuition in Canada can be less expensive than domestic tuition in the United States, especially since the US dollar goes a lot further in Canada. You're getting an extra 20 or 30 cents on every dollar that comes here. So that actually really lowers things quite a bit. You're not gonna have a mountain of student debt that you might owe. Because I know with a lot of different US institutions, and in most cases, a lot of people graduate with a lot of debt. okay? I hear about this a lot. I've heard about all the little things that people do, like they perpetually stay in school because they can't afford to pay back their student loans, things like that, right? You can avoid all of that. You can come here and you can study, you can get more bang for your buck in that respect, and it's gonna be cheaper. And guess what? You can also get funding from different sources in the US to be able to come to school in Canada. So please, check into that. It's quality education here too. We have world-class schools that are as good as any schools. They might not have some of the names that we all know, but they are certainly very noteworthy in this country and internationally. There's also opportunities to work in Canada, and this can also lead to you getting your permanent residency and eventually a dual citizenship. This, I think, is an awesome add-on to this. Not only are you getting your education sorted out, but you have the ability to increase your worker mobility, not only to Canada, but other countries in the world. And you can get a dual citizenship, which has a ton of other advantages to you as well. Now, a few other things that are, you might want to take into account. Coming to Canada is not a huge culture shock, especially for people that are coming, say from other countries around the world, where, culturally it might be very different, right? Here, not so much, all right? And it's close to home, guys, plain and simple. All right, look, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you have any questions about studying in Canada or anything else immigration related, and if you're in the States and you wanna come here, we would love to have you. So please feel free to reach out. If you have any questions, just hit us up in the comments below or contact us. We'll be more than happy to help. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. All right, take care, guys. Talk to you soon.